Hey guys, so Alex Hormozi wrote a book telling us how to scale businesses. He has a portfolio of over $250 million, and I'm going to take the lessons of that book, apply them to a home cleaning business so that we know how to market it so it makes over $1,000 per day. I'm going to walk through how to get clients through ads, how to get reviews and referrals from those clients. Let's jump in. So many home cleaning owners have an inconsistent method for acquiring clients. They only rely on referrals, and the plan here is to get rid of that. And we're gonna start by just giving a little bit of context. So I've run ads for a real estate company that issues loans to builders, developers, and flippers. Got about $13 to $20 per lead of full applications where we know about their loan details. I got hundreds of leads that way at that price running ads. Recently, I started giving plasma so that I could use the cash to run my own ads. And now I've booked 3 meetings from 6 surveys. I'm running $25 a day. I think I've done about $220, $230, and those 6 applications came in at around $33, $34 each. And so my services on the back end of that, $3,500, $12,500. And the point is, I've spent $300, I've booked 3 meetings, and on the back end of those meetings, the upsell absorbs the ad cost. And that's kind of the purpose with ads. And once you seal them as a client, the ideal is to get reviews and referrals from them. So that's kind of my story, my experience with ads, generating hundreds of leads for a real estate company, starting to donate plasma because I believe in this so much that I'm going to generate leads for myself to help more people like you guys who are listening to this video. So how do you generate the leads? What do you do? The first thing is to have a solid lead magnet. And basically, that is going to be a complete solution to a narrow problem. Now, of course, it's very simple in the home cleaning business. People have a very narrow problem in that their home is dirty. So a good lead magnet is a complete solution to that issue, and you want to make it free or so cheap that people would usually pay a lot more for it. So they're getting a lot of value, and it's an offer so good it makes them feel stupid saying no. A great example of this in the home cleaning business is offering a very cheap clean or a free clean for the first time to build that relationship with that customer. And then when you're there, you can upsell them on a package of cleans later. And so that's how ads would kind of work. That's what you would generate for your lead magnet. And the math behind ads is you want to make sure your cost to acquire a customer plus your cost to fulfill that customer, you're getting more than 3 times that in revenue. For example, if it costs you $75 to book an appointment to do a 3-hour clean that's either cheap or free, and then it costs you $75 to fulfill on that clean, maybe you received $47 for that clean. So you got 75 equals 150, and on your revenue side, you have 47. That math isn't working though, you're losing money. We need to do 150 times 3, so we make sure we acquired that customer, have enough to acquire and fulfill the next customer, and have some profit left over. So 150 times 3 is 450, we've gotten $47. What we want to do now is sell a package of cleans that has another $403 worth of profit, or let's just round and say 400. So let's say we sell 6 cleans for $200 a pop, and it costs you $800 to fulfill those cleans. Now you have a $400 profit margin, you've booked up 6 more cleans, and that client on the back end of those 6 cleans will probably turn into another recurring customer. And this is one way to use ads to profitably acquire clients. It's not that the initial transaction is profitable, but through upsells in the first 30 days, you're going to get your money back and some so that you can get reviews, referrals, and more repurchases from that customer later. So that's how you do the kind of client acquisition. You get a really good lead magnet, which is a cheaper free clean or some variation of that is a complete solution to a narrow problem, and then you make sure the money math works. You take your customer acquisition cost, add it to your cost to fulfill, multiply that by 3, and make sure you're getting that much in profit within 30 days. And that's how your ad math will work. That's how your lead magnet will work. And of course, you can target your local area through Google local service ads, Facebook ads, or something of that nature. Now, we've kind of gone through how to get clients. Next, we want to jump into referrals. So the best way to get referrals is to run a referral promotion quarterly. The crazy thing about referrals is if you ask for them and you do a good job, you'll typically get them. So pause and ask yourself, how many times have I asked for referrals in the past week, in the past month, in the past year? How many times are my cleaners asking for referrals? If the answer to that question isn't 100% of the time, you're missing out on business. So we want to run a referral promotion quarterly, making sure that everybody that we've done business with is getting referrals. And the offer is going to be the same thing as your lead magnet. If you're running a promotion to a free or cheap clean to acquire customers, you can do the same thing to referrals, but say, hey, refer a friend to us, we'll clean their home for free for 3 hours. Or we'll clean their home for $75 for 3 hours. Something of that nature, so that when they refer a friend, they can also get a 10% off their next month. So they have some incentive to refer a friend, not just because it's good for their friend, but because it's good for them. So we clean for free for your friend. You're basically acquiring a customer without that ad spend, and you get to upsell at the same percentage you typically would, but probably higher because it's a referral. And then your customer builds some goodwill with them because they're getting 10% off. So there you go with referrals. We want to run that promotion quarterly. So every client we've had, everybody in our CRM gets a text, gets a call, or when their cleaner comes to their house, they bring a flyer. They hand them that flyer at the end of the clean, like, hey, we're running our spring cleaning promotion, or our get ready for school promotion, or our spruce up your house for the holidays promotion. You know, you can name it whatever. Those are horrible names. We can work on naming in another video, but those just came off the dome. And so once you run that referral promotion quarterly, you should see clients coming in. Anywhere from 40 to 50% of your clients should be giving you 1 to 3 names. That would be fantastic. And then of course, of those 1 to 3, you'll close a certain percentage on your package, and they'll become recurring customers who join you in the next promotion. So we've gone through how to get clients, solid lead magnet, Facebook ads, referrals, run a referral promotion quarterly, giving your lead magnet to clients' friends, and then giving clients, 10, 20% off their next clean or their next month of cleaning, so that everybody's incentivized to share. You can also do fun stuff like challenges, or take a picture with your client and be like, hey, get us in a 3-way message so they can claim the clean. We can go into details of that exact referral promotion later if you guys want, but just let me know in the comments below what you want more details on. I can make more videos on it. Then we want to jump into reviews. So after every time you do a clean, get a survey. How was the service? How can we serve you more? And if they give above an 8 out of 10, but they haven't given you a review yet, ask them to give you a review and incentivize it by saying, hey, 5% off your next clean if you give us proof of a review. It doesn't have to be 5 stars. If you hate us, it can be 1 star, but we would love for it to be a 5-star review, 5% off if you just show us proof of the review. So you're not incentivizing a good review, but you're asking for that review and incentivizing them giving you proof of it. You want to be compliant here, so you don't want to be like, hey, I'll give you $50 if you give me a 5-star review. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure they do the review and that they do it when they like you, not when they don't like you. Another way to do this, if you don't like the idea of asking for a review and incentivizing it, one, always have that survey so that you can get that customer feedback after every clean. If they haven't given you a review, you can ask for it. And then if you don't feel comfortable incentivizing it, don't. Just ask. You'll still get reviews. Just like referrals, you gotta ask. Another way to ask is to incentivize your cleaners based on the reviews that they can get from their jobs. And then if they're getting really good reviews, they get really good pay. So they're incentivized to ask for reviews at the end of their clean. And they can even tell the person they've built a relationship with, if they're cleaning their house consistently, that they really get a solid bonus from getting good reviews. So it would make their day if their client, who they built a relationship with, could give them a review, because it helps the business, it helps the cleaner, and it helps the client give goodwill to that relationship that they've been building with that cleaner. So incentivize your cleaners based on the reviews that they can get, and then have them ask in person after they're clean. That's a great way to get reviews. Now I want to bring this and make this personal. I've kind of gone through tactics, but what do you guys do from here? And I would say, first thing, figure out your break-even cost for labor for a clean. So if you're paying your cleaners $25 an hour, a 3-hour clean is going to be $75. So if you want to deliver a cheap clean, maybe you do it at a break-even cost of $75, you lose $30 and give them a $45 clean, or you do it for free and you know you're just eating $75 for that cost to acquire a customer and cost to fulfill them, so you need to make that up on the back end with what you sell. So figure out your break-even cost for labor of a clean. If you're sending 2 cleaners for 3 hours at $25 a pop, you guys can do that math. That'd be $150. And once you get that number, sell 3-hour cleans at that price or cheaper as your lead magnet. That's what you're trying to do. After that, you want to upsell at the appointment. So you want to have your cleaners trained on a script of how to upsell, and if you want me to go through a script, let me know in the comments below. We can do that as well. But yeah, you just want to upsell. And if you don't want to upsell right at the clean with the survey, you can send them to a landing page and upsell on that landing page as well if you don't want to have to train your cleaners or they don't feel comfortable doing it, so on and so forth. You can also just get lunch with your clients. That's a good one. Or schedule a phone call after 3 cleans to get feedback and upsell them there. There are plenty of ways you can set up that upsell, but you want to make sure you are upselling them within a good enough time to get your return on capital. You also want to put all of your clients in a CRM so that you know what parts of the process they're hitting. Have they had their free clean? Have they gone through the upsell process? When's the last time they went through the upsell process? Have they been asked for a review? Have they given a review? Have they given a referral? How many referrals? How can we connect people in a meaningful way based on their personal details to start building a community? A customer community always leads to more business for everybody and more connectedness, which is just great for humans, right? So you want to put all your clients in a CRM and have details throughout the sales funnel so that you can go back to those details and make good decisions based on them. Start asking for referrals quarterly. So that tactic didn't change much. Couldn't make it much more personal than that. Using your CRM, see who's been hit. If they haven't been hit, send them a text, give them a call, send them a couple emails, have your cleaners do it in person with a flyer or just verbally. And yeah, make sure they're offered to give referrals and get money off their next clean or next month of cleaning. After that, you want to implement the automatic review system. So this is kind of linking to your CRM. Every time after a clean is scheduled and it's marked complete, you can send out the survey within 24 hours, get that feedback, or you can even have your cleaners do it in person, and then it sends out if you want reviews, if you want to give them a special referral coupon or something like that. You can do all of that after collecting that automatic survey. The last thing I want to do is tell you guys a little bit about why I'm doing all this. So basically, I have this huge dream of raising the standard of living across the world to middle-class America so that everybody has more than enough food, shelter, water, and safety. And the way I'm going to do that is getting an endowment together where we have, at our peak, $800 billion per year coming into the endowment, and we're using all of that capital to raise that standard of living and love people well and build community, meaningful communities that do meaningful things. That all starts with getting 800,000 entrepreneurs to the point where they're at $2 million a year in profit, so they can give half of that to the endowment every year. And to get 800,000, you have to get 1. And so I'm targeting the home cleaning business because I think you guys are prime for good service, prime for building community, and prime for scaling, honestly. Like, people want their homes cleaned. I'm here to help you get in front of those clients to reach that goal. So I'm trying to take you guys to 2 million. So hopefully one day you'll join me in this endowment. And of course, I want to be able to contribute my own capital to the endowment. And that's kind of the big idea behind it all. So if you're interested in learning more about this marketing stuff or learning more about the mission, let's connect. There'll be a link in the comments below. Would love to talk you through how I can help you more. Thanks for listening. Tune in for the next one. Let me know if there's any other topics you guys want to hear.